Dan Burke, two-time world champion bodybuilder and current Mr. Universe. I know a lot of you don't want to go to the gym because you feel a bit uncomfortable, you don't know what to do. So today I'm going to take you through a beginner workout, what you should do in the gym. We're just going to stick to machines to keep it nice and easy for you. I'm going to show you the good form that you need and how intense you need to push the workout to actually grow. We're only going to do 3 sets on each exercise, keep it nice and easy for you. And we're going to do 2 exercises per body part, just so we're hitting everything and then you can get in, get out. So at the end of this video you should know what to do as a beginner going to the gym, doing your first full body workout. So to start the workout, go over to a treadmill, nice and easy, slow, steady pace, and do 5 or 10 minutes just to warm up and get the body ready to do an actual workout. And then we're going to start with some leg extensions, starting with legs because legs are the most draining muscles to train, so get them done first. You can see I'm pausing at the top of every rep, trying to keep the control to the reps. I'm going to do 3 sets on every single exercise. First 2 sets should be nice and easy. Third set is like this, where you're really pushing the intensity. The form's going to start to go. I'm doing the reps a bit faster, pushing the intensity, but that's how you grow. Do your first 2 sets easy, then your last set hard. So you've just done quads, now we're going to go over to hamstrings, do the lion hamstring curl and do pause reps again, focusing on the form. You don't want to do fast, quick reps like this. You want to make sure you're coming right down, right up, holding it, and down and up. Again, for the first 2 sets, you want to make sure the weight's nice and light that you can control, and then we're going to go heavier like I am here. So you can do 10 or 12, 15 reps, whatever feels comfortable for you. But on your last set, you want to push it as hard as you can. You can see my form's starting to go here. I'm going a little bit quicker than on the other set, and I'm just going to start pumping the reps out at the end to make sure I'm pushing it as hard as I can on my hamstrings. That's how you make them grow. So you've just finished your first body part, you've just done legs, now we're going to go over to back and you're doing rows. So make sure the chest support is in the middle of your chest, you're grabbing it quite close together and you're keeping your elbows tight in. Your elbows should brush your body, you want to keep them close to you. You don't want to bring your elbows out to the side like this. You want to bring your elbows nice and close, should drag across your body, feeling nice and tight. This is the last set now, the top set, the third hardest set where you're really going for it. I'm not going to show the second sets of the exercises because it's very similar to the first, should be nice and easy, just a tiny bit heavier. So on this third set, I'm really going to go for it. You can see I'm keeping my elbows nice and tight, keeping the form good at the start, but as I get more tired as the set goes on, I'm not going to be able to get my elbows right back towards my body. You've done your 3 sets of rows, you're going to go over to a lat pull down, do wide grip, and again you're pausing it as you come down to focus on form. Make sure you're doing the form right, that's the main thing when doing your first full body. But you don't want to lean back and rag it like this, like you'll see people do in the gym. You want to make sure you're sitting a bit further back in the seat, keeping your elbows in front of your body, and you're pulling your elbows down towards the floor. That's what you want to think of, and you'll feel your lats, like your upper back, engage. Here's the view from the back. So this is the top set, so you're going to see now when I'm pushing the intensity I can't get the bar right down to my chest like I want to. It can only come down just a bit lower than my head, but that's fine. You really want to push the intensity and that's how you grow. So now you've done your legs and your back, you're going to go into chest and we're going to start with some flies. You want to get a big stretch, as much of a stretch as you can. The main thing to focus on with this is keeping your arms quite straight and tucking your elbows in towards each other. You don't want to do bending arm reps like this, just pumping it out. You want to go out straight and keep your elbows trying to touch each other. That's how you're going to really activate your chest on this exercise. And the way to know how you're pushing to the absolute max on your last set, your heaviest set, is your hands should not be able to touch. You should just pump out reps until you physically can't touch your hands together while doing the exercise. That way you know you're really pushing it and your chest is really fatigued. After flies, you want to head over to a chest press and make sure you adjust the seat so that the handles sit just under your chest or on line with your nipple basically. And then you're going to go wide grip and press out. So again, you want to pause at the bottom, pause at the top, and make sure you're controlling the form. What you don't want to do is lift your elbows up too high or sink them too low. You want your elbows to just follow the path of the bar, whatever that path is, whatever chest press you're using, you want the elbow to just follow the rest of your hand. That's how you know you're doing it correctly. Then on your heavy set, the top set, you want to do as many reps as you can, again obviously, but you shouldn't be able to lock your arms right out. That's how you know you're pressing hard enough. You should do some partial reps like this. So this makes the halfway point of the workout. You've got shoulders, arms and abs left. You can do shoulder press next. Make sure you've got the seat so that the handles sit just above your shoulders, and then you're going to press right up and lock right out. You can't really mess this one up. The first 2 sets should be nice and easy. Now we're going for the high intensity set here. So you shouldn't be able to lock your arms right out at the end of the last set. That's how you know you're pushing hard enough. Your form's going to go a little bit, but that's completely fine. After your 3 sets on shoulder press, you're going to go over to a cable and you're going to lean out like this, and you're bringing your arms straight up, doing side lateral raises. The main thing is you want to get your elbow up to shoulder height. You don't want to do little bent arm reps like this. You want to keep your arm out nice and straight, get it up to shoulder height, and that's how you know you're getting good range of motion. Again, that's the first 2 sets should be like that. The 3rd set, you should be going till your form is actually starting to go a little bit. So you'll see here, I can't get my arm right the way up. So now I'm going into partial reps, which is just a fancy way of saying not using full range of motion. That's what you want to do on your top sets. Don't think you've got to have perfect form for every single set, every single rep. Heading on to arms now, you're going to do the preacher curl for biceps. Make sure the seat is so you've got your armpits basically wedged into the pad, and that's how you know it's in the right position. And then you're going to curl up and pause at the bottom and top of every rep. That way you're controlling the form and making sure you can actually feel the biceps as much as possible. Now you can see on my last set, the form isn't as good, the tempo's not as good, I'm going a bit quicker, but you're just maxing out. You really want to just push the muscle as hard as you can on this set, and that's how you're going to get the body to really grow and adapt. You've got to train hard to make the muscle grow. After that, to finish on your arms, you're going to go and do triceps using a close grip on the cable, locking your arms right out, bring your elbows to your sides and you lock right out. That's the main thing. You don't want to just be pumping out dodgy reps like this, throwing your elbows up and down. You want to really use control. Don't worry too much about how heavy the weight is. You just want to make sure the form is really good at the start, and then you can try and go a bit heavier. So now I've gone a little bit heavier. This is the last set obviously, and you're going to push it as much as you can, just keeping your elbows locked in and going until you can't straighten your arms out. That's how you know you've done enough on your triceps. Onto the final muscle group of the workout. So on abs, you're going to lie on the bench, but make sure you're tucking the back of your knee on the bench, and you can kind of like curl yourself up using your legs. You only need to curl your shoulders up off the bench. You don't have to do big full sit-ups like this. Literally just bringing your shoulders just slightly up off the bench is enough. That way you're going to really target your abs and isolate them. Because both these ab exercises are just body weight, you can do the full 3 sets, go into failure if you want. So the last exercise is just going to be holding onto a bench, lying down, doing leg raises. The main thing is make sure your bum comes up off the bench. That's how you know you're coming up high enough. And if you want to make it a bit more advanced, you can do a crunch. So you're going to basically crunch in and touch your feet like this. For bodyweight abs, I would suggest higher reps, so 15-20 reps. But for every other exercise in the workout, just do like 8 to 12 reps is enough. Now you should know how to go to the gym, feel confident using the machines, knowing you're using them correctly, doing a full body workout. And then if you want to progress, the next video is going to be how to do a free weight full body session for beginners. So stay tuned for that.